Welcome back to Anchor TV Weekly. I'm Raymond Bakari. Coming up, the last edition of A Healthier You this semester. Then, Student Community Government's last meeting of the semester and some interesting developments and proposals from that meeting. And as always, a recap of Rhode Island College's latest sports games. For our first story this afternoon, a screening of the Demons and Dragons documentary is scheduled for today at 5 p.m. Demons and Dragons is a documentary created by Rick alumnus and filmmaker Dante Bellini Jr. The documentary follows Providence Journal columnist Mark Paddington's cancer diagnosis and the battle to save his life. Following the screening will be a panel discussion with Bellini and Paddington. Everyone is welcome to come to the screening located at Sappensley Hall, and registration is open on Eventbrite. That screening is one of several events happening on campus throughout the week. Also going on is a Winter Wonderland community dinner at Donovan Dining Center Thursday from 4 to 8 p.m. There will be a carving station, an ice cream bar, giveaways, activities, and more. If you missed the Thanksgiving community dinner, you definitely don't want to miss this one. The same goes for those who attended the last dinner as well. Everyone in the RIC community is welcome to attend for free when they show their RIC ID. Non-RIC students or faculty will need to pay $10 for entry. The dinner is also a chance to relax a bit before final exams and have a sense of community as everyone is in the Christmas spirit. Now it's time to hear from production manager Mel Rising Dawn with her last edition of A Healthier You this semester. Here's that segment.
Welcome back to our final segment of Healthier You for this semester. I'm Mel Rising Dawn. In light of the holiday season, which is this week, we'll be talking about alcohol safety. According to the Rhode Island Department of Transportation, Rhode Island police arrest approximately 3,000 drivers for driving under the influence every year. 30% of those arrested had a blood alcohol concentration of about 0.17, which is more than twice the legal limit of 0.08. The remaining 70% refused testing. The state average for alcohol-impaired driving fatalities in 2022 was just under 44%, which is higher than the national average of 30%. As of June this year, about 58% of drivers in all fatal crashes were impaired. The remaining data for 2023 is not available yet due to the year not being over yet. These fatalities could have been prevented by motor vehicle operators choosing not to get behind the wheel while under the influence. If you do plan on consuming alcohol this holiday season, please do so safely. For one, don't drink alone, especially if you're not in a home setting. There is safety in numbers, especially when drinking at a bar. Do not leave your drink unattended for any amount of time. In any situation, plan ahead. Plan to stay home or at someone else's home or for a designated driver. Rotate with others if you're in a group. Uber and Lyfts are also very good options. Police will be out in full force this holiday season. They will be monitoring the roads and the neighborhoods for any unsafe activity. Don't risk getting arrested for the unsafe operation of a motor vehicle or being intoxicated in public or potentially for vehicular manslaughter. It's not worth it. There are safer alternatives. Well, that does it for this week's edition of A Healthier You. Thank you for tuning in this semester. If you have a suggestion for a health topic that you would like to learn more about, please email me at mel.cordero, Cordeiro, at anchortv.org. It's been a pleasure to share this time with you, and I wish all of you and yours a happy and healthy holiday season. Until next year, I'm Mel Rising Dawn.
Shifting back to on-campus events, the Christmas season is in full swing at RIC, and with lots of shows and concerts to mark on your calendar. From Friday until Sunday is A Christmas Carol, more or less, which is advertised as, quote, a unique take on a timeless tale of redemption and the power of kindness. On Friday and Saturday, there are 7:30 p.m. showings at the Foreman Theater, and then a 1 p.m. showing on Sunday. Tickets can be purchased either online by visiting ric.edu/box office or by calling 401-456-8144. Also on Friday is a winter choral concert at Sappensley Hall from 7:30 to 9 p.m. Then next week will consist of a jazz ensemble concert on Tuesday, December 12th in Sappensley Hall from 7:30 to 9 p.m. And later on next week is 'Twas the Night Before Christmas from the Providence Ballet Theater. 'Twas the Night Before Christmas will take place in Roberts Hall Auditorium and will have two showings. The first is scheduled for Friday, December 15th at 7:30 p.m., and the second is scheduled for the day after at 2 p.m. Now looking at our top story, Student Community Government had its final meeting of the semester last Wednesday, and it included several updates on developments the Anchor and Anchor TV have covered. The first is an update on the ongoing conversations of reverting back to pre-COVID era constituencies, which was when there were specific representatives for groups of students. Some examples included a biology representative, nursing representative, community representative, etc. This would have meant seats in SEG would have gone back to school-specific, thus creating a direct constituency for each representative. However, this has since been walked back. During the meeting, a new proposal was voted on. This proposal keeps the all at-large representatives model, capping the total number of seats at 35. 5 of these seats will be reserved for the fall 2024 semester to ensure representation for incoming students. Alongside those seats, there will still be 2 faculty representatives, 1 staff representative, 1 alumni representative, 1 administration representative, the dean of students, and additional SEG advisors. Also during the meeting was a resolution put together by SEG related to the RIC 100 course. RIC 100 is typically during the free period time block on Wednesdays, which is 12:30 to 2 p.m., when most student organizations meet. The argument being made is this course, which encourages freshmen to get involved on campus, is preventing them from doing so. The resolution offers multiple ideas. One is to move the classes to Friday, which the proponents argue could also bring life to campus on that day of the week and the weekend. Another is to remove the course requirement entirely or make it optional. And then the last one is to make RIC 100 a 1 to 2 day clinic. Now the resolution doesn't mean this happens right away, but it essentially tells the administration at RIC that SEG, which represents students, supports the idea, giving it some weight. It remains to be seen where this idea goes, but SEG President Matt Jakes said during the meeting that in conversations he's had with RIC President Dr. Jack Warner, Warner has informally supported the idea. As more updates are given on that resolution and RIC 100's fate, Anchor TV and The Anchor will be the first to report it. In other news, students interested in becoming a resident assistant on campus can now do so. RA applications for the 2024-2025 school year are open, and both commuter and resident students are eligible to apply. Here are some dates to keep on your calendars. Applications will be due on Wednesday, January 31st. The RA group process will be on Saturday, February 10th. Individual interviews will take place from Monday, February 12th to February 23rd, and then decision letters will be sent to applicants on Tuesday, March 12th. The link to apply was sent recently via email to students and can be visited from that email. Before applications are due, there will be information sessions that are optional but highly recommended for students interested. Those sessions take place today at 5 p.m. in Weber Lounge, Wednesday at 8 p.m. in Suite Lounge, and Wednesday, January 24th at 1 p.m. in the Student Union Ballroom. And now it's time for a recap of RIC's latest sports games. Sports manager Isaac Bean is in studio. Take it away, Isaac.
Thanks, Raymond. Rhode Island College's women's basketball team is still undefeated. The Anchor Women are now 7-0 after beating Castleton University at home on Saturday. This game was a blowout. The Anchor Women won by a score of 77-50. The Anchor Women had 4 players with double-digit scoring. Angelina Nardolillo led the team in scoring with 18 points. Janiyah Jones also had quite the game. Jones had 4 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 blocks, 1 steal, and 11 points. Jones was all over the court. I had a chance to catch up with Jones after the game. You have not lost yet. Yeah. So are you starting to feel the pressure being undefeated? Because sometimes being undefeated, you have to monkey off your back. You're we don't want to lose. You know what I mean? It's yeah. How does it feel being undefeated?
Like I said, it feels great going into the season, 7-0. But no, there's not as much pressure. We know a lot of teams are trying to come for us after our big run last year, and we know what we're capable of. So as long as we just stay the course, we should be fine to play our game.
Coach Cosgrove was impressed with what she saw from her team this week. I also had a chance to get her thoughts on this game.
We had everyone played, everyone contributed off the bench. We have depth, and we have to be able to get some players in because we've had some really close, tough opponents, and I thought everyone contributed on both sides of the ball.
Yep, rebounds, a lot of offensive and defensive rebounds. I think that was the tell of the game was the offensive rebounds, because there was a ton of offensive rebounds.
Yeah, that's one of our strengths, and our key was to one of our goals was obviously to out rebound them by, I think it was 10, and we out rebound them by almost 20. So we got that. That was one of our goals.
Last question for you, Coach. Moving into the break, Christmas break's around the corner. What's the goal for this team coming into the break?
We're just trying to take it one game at a time. I know we've got some conference opponents coming up. Then we got Springfield. Then we've got 2 real big powerhouses out of region in Florida. So we're just trying to take it day by day. But we know that we had our 6 games in November. Now we look at our 6 games in December.
Moving to the men's team, the Anchormen are also rolling. They are now 7-2 on this season. Their most recent win came against Castleton University. The Anchormen won by a score of 67-55. Isaiah Dahl was the team's leading scorer. Dahl made 4 threes and scored 17 points. The Anchormen look to improve to 8-2 when they go on the road to face the University of Southern Maine on Wednesday at 7:30 p.m. That's all for this week's sports recap. Back to you, Raymond.
Thanks, Isaac. I'm going to miss hearing that recap every week in person here at the studio. Shifting back to on-campus news, Rick's Film Studies and Open Books, Open Minds have teamed up to create an original 3-part web series. The series, Disappearing Act, created by students in Film 355, was inspired by this year's book called Seek You by Kristen Radke. Disappearing Act follows 3 college students, Alex, Charlie, and Jesse, as they all attempt to find a missing classmate. Episode 1 was uploaded onto Rick's Film Studies' YouTube channel last Wednesday. Episode 2 airs this Wednesday, and Episode 3 will air the week after on December 13th. Just a quick little fun fact, Episode 2 was edited by Anchor TV's very own Elias Ferrelli-Gendron. While still talking about filmed content, I want to do just a tiny bit of a self-plug. So my senior honors project, Gen Z Ready to Govern, is being screened this month at the Mount Pleasant Library. The screening is on December 19th at 6 p.m., and I'll be doing a quick Q&A afterward about the film. Everyone is welcome to attend, and folks can RSVP online at clpvd.org. Before I close out this newscast, I just want to say a final goodbye. As mentioned last week, I am graduating this semester and will no longer be hosting Anchor TV Weekly. I want to thank Anchor TV and the Anchor for an amazing 3 years. The show was an idea I had wanted to do since first coming to Rick in the fall 2020 semester. I'm just very glad we were able to make this happen before I graduated. At one point, it looked like Anchor TV is going to either go inactive or merge with the Anchor newspaper. I'm thankful that didn't happen, and both organizations are thriving. It's been an honor to work with everyone I have worked with, including the crew that made this show possible: Brian Brierly, Aiden Thompson, Isaac Bean, and Mel Rising Dawn. I'm also grateful for all the friends I've made along the way here. It's been a fun ride. I don't want to say what will happen with this show next semester, as I'm no longer going to be here, and the vision I have is different than those who will be in charge after me, but in some way, I believe and hope Anchor TV Weekly will still be around. The team has already begun conversations of how this show will look next semester. I won't spoil anything. What I will say is stay tuned for those announcements. That's all we have for this week on Anchor TV Weekly. To see future episodes of the show, please click the subscribe button down below. To get even more updates on what's happening at Rick, visit anchorweb.org. Follow us both on social media while you're at it. Both organizations are on Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. And Anchor TV wishes everyone in the Rick community a Merry Christmas. From Providence, Rhode Island, I'm Raymond Bakari, and Anchor TV will see you next semester.